Welcome to the next lecture of the subject of energy conservation and audit. In last lecture, we have discussed what is Sankey diagram or energy flow diagram, why it is called as Sankey diagram, and we have discussed the example for Sankey diagram regarding incandescent bulb and water pumping system. In today's lecture, we are going to see the next point of the chapter number 5, that is energy audit procedure. So initially we have discussed what is energy audit. So energy audit, in short I will tell you that energy audit is nothing but a process in which we find out where the energy conservation, energy saving is possible in a particular utility or a system. पर्टिक्युलर इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये किंवा पर्टिक्युलर सिस्टीममध्ये कोणत्या ठिकाणी किती एनर्जी आपण वाचवू शकतो याची जी प्रोसिजर आहे that is called energy audit. And this energy audit is conducted by an energy auditor, and this energy auditor should clear the examination of BEE, that is Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Certified energy auditor can only perform the energy auditing process of the any industry or a system. So to perform the energy audit, there is a procedure. Certain procedure should be followed to perform the energy audit. Energy audit करण्यासाठी कुठली प्रोसिजर असते, पद्धत असते. जसं तुम्ही कॉलेजला ऍडमिशन घेताना you have to first of all pay the admission fees. First of all, if you are admitting from the cap round, then you have to download your allotment letter, then you have to go to that particular institute. So after going to the particular institute, first of all you have to pay the seat acceptance fee. ठीक आहे. म्हणजे तुम्हाला एखादं फॉर एक्झाम्पल MIT ला ऍडमिशन घ्यायची ती प्रोसिजर कशी होती की सगळ्यात पहिल्यांदा कॅप राऊंड मधून तुम्हाला अलॉटमेंट झालं तर ते अलॉटमेंट लेटर घ्यावं लागेल. जर अलॉटमेंट लेटर घेऊन तुम्ही त्या कॉलेजच्या फॅसिलिटेशन सेंटरला गेलात तर तुम्हाला 1000 रुपये भरून सीट फी ऍक्सेप्टन्स फी करावी लागते. देन आफ्टर दॅट मग तुम्ही सीट ऍक्सेप्टन्स केल्यानंतर तुमचं कॉलेजचं ऍडमिशन प्रोसेस होते. तुमचे सगळे जे काही ऍडमिशन डिटेल्स, ऍडमिशन फॉर्म्स आहेत, ऍडमिशन फॉर्म फिलअप करून घेतले जातात. अँड देन at last your fees payment is done. Then you go to the DT confirmation, and then your admission get confirms. मॅनेजमेंट कोट्यामधून काय करतो आपण, मॅनेजमेंट कोट्यातून गेल्यानंतर ऍडमिशन फॉर्म फिलअप करतो. ऍडमिशन फॉर्म फिलअप केल्यानंतर तुम्ही कॉलेजची फीस पे करायला जाता आणि ती नंतर मग तुम्ही वरती जी काही तुमची अथॉरिटी आहे त्याला तुम्ही इन्फॉर्म करता. सो लाईक दिस इज अ प्रोसिजर. म्हणजे उठले आणि कॉलेजला जाऊन बसले म्हणजे ऍडमिशन झालं असं नाही. यू हॅव टू पे द फीस, ऍडमिशन फीस, ट्युशन फीस, द फीस ऑफ कॉलेज, पर्टिक्युलर फीस यू हॅव टू पे टू द कॉलेज. देन ओनली यू कॅन टू ऍडमिशन. ओके. एक पर्टिक्युलर फीस तुम्हाला भरायची असते कॉलेजला तरच तुम्हाला ऍडमिशन मिळतं. हायर क्लासला सुद्धा ऍडमिशन मिळत असताना लोअर क्लासची फीस तुम्हाला क्लिअर करायची आहे. जी काय क्लिअर असेल हॉस्टेल आणि याची फीस ती क्लिअर करावी लागते. देन ओनली यू कॅन promoted to the third year. So this what I am just telling the example that what is this? This is a procedure. Example आहे हे example म्हणजे प्रोसिजरचं एक example आहे. Similar procedure is applied by an energy auditor to observe the energy used in the particular utility or facility, and practically whatever energy saving measures which is implementable should prove cost effective if suggested. जर त्यांनी एखादी सांगितलं की समजा या ठिकाणी तुमचं हीट लॉस होतोय, तर हीट लॉस कमी करण्यासाठी हे तुम्ही इन्स्ट्रुमेंट किंवा हे टेक्निक करा, तर ते फिजिबल पाहिजे, इकॉनॉमिकल पाहिजे, परवडलं पाहिजे. त्या कंपनीच्या ओनरला ते जास्त खर्चिक नकोय. टेक आवर ओन एक्झाम्पल, आपलं एक्झाम्पल घ्या. आपण ज्यावेळेस एखादी वस्तू बाजारात आणतो, फॉर एक्झाम्पल एखादी किंमत जर आपल्याला 1000 रुपये सांगितली, आपण काय करतो, व्हॉट वी डू, वी स्टार्ट टू बार्गेन. ओके, 1000 रुपये का, नाही 850 दे, 900 दे, 800 दे. We start to bargain there, and after bargaining you reach to some an economical feasible value. एक परवडणाऱ्या किमतीत तुम्ही ती वस्तू घेता जी तुम्हालाही परवडेल, जिथे दुकानदारालाही परवडेल. सो सेम here means no bargaining is done, nothing bargaining is done here. Just the energy auditor has to implement that measure which is a economical, cost effective, and due to application of this energy saving techniques, energy saving measurements, it not only reduces the energy use but also reduces the operating cost. जी काही त्याचा एनर्जी वापर, समजा तुम्हाला इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल महिन्याला 1000 रुपये येत आहे, एनर्जी कॉन्झर्वेशन टेक्निक वापरली तुमचं ते बिल 700-800 रुपयापर्यंत आलं, म्हणजे 300 रुपये तुमचं लाईट बिल कमी झालं. 300 रुपये लाईट बिल कमी झालं. आणि पर्टिक्युलर डिव्हाइसच्या साठी तुम्हाला जी काही ऑपरेटिंग कॉस्ट लागते, जी काही मेंटेनन्स कॉस्ट लागते, ती मेंटेनन्स कॉस्ट सुद्धा कमी लागते, ऑपरेटिंग कॉस्ट सुद्धा त्याला कमी लागते. सो व्हॉट इज द एनर्जी ऑडिटिंग प्रोसिजर? What is the energy auditing procedure? So to discuss this energy auditing procedure, first of all we have to understand that there are two types of audit, and on the basis of these types of audit, the procedure is stated. दोन एनर्जी ऑडिटचे दोन प्रकार आहेत आणि दोन प्रकारावरतून तुम्हाला एनर्जी ऑडिटिंगचे प्रोसिजर्स लक्षात येतील. आपको एनर्जी ऑडिट के प्रोसीजर ध्यान में आ जाएंगे. So there are two types of energy audit. First is walk-through audit and second is detailed audit. Okay, first is walk-through audit and second is detailed audit. Okay, so we will discuss both the types one by one so that you will understand that what is walk-through audit and what is detailed audit. So walk-through audit. So in summer 17 and winter 18, this question was asked in examination that state the difference between walk-through audit and detailed audit. Okay. एकच क्वेश्चन हा समर 17 आणि विंटर 18 मध्ये आला होता. याचा अर्थ आताच्या एक्झामला येईल असं असू शकतं. मीन्स इट मे कम इन दिस करंट एक्झामिनेशन. आताच्या एक्झामला येऊ शकतो. सो बी प्रिपेअर फॉर दिस टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन. सो to solve this question, to answer the question of this differentiate between, first of all you have to understand the concept of walk-through audit and detailed audit. So we will discuss first of all walk-through audit. Walk-through audit. This walk-through audit is also called as preliminary audit, screening audit or simple audit. वॉकथ्रू ऑडिटला दुसरं नाव काय? प्रिलिमिनरी आहे, स्क्रीनिंग ऑडिट अँड सिंपल ऑडिट. सिंपल ऑडिट मीन्स व्हॉट? जस्ट फॉर एक्झाम्पल यू आर परफॉर्मिंग द एनर्जी ऑडिटिंग ऑफ एन electrical department, for example. So in walkthrough audit, what you will do? First of all, you will visit all the classroom and labs. You will count how much number of tubes are there, how much number of fans are present there. Is there any other devices connected in that classroom? Is the projector is connected? Is the computer is connected? In the labs, you will go see how many tubes are there, how many fans are there, how many instruments are connected in that lab. What are the wattage of that particular instrument, particular device? So this is simple audit. Simple audit में क्या करते अपन? हम क्या करते सिंपल ऑडिट में? सिंपल ऑडिट में जब हम परफॉर्म करते हैं, सिंपल ऑडिट में हम एक पर्टिकुलर क्लासरूम या लैब में जाते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल पर्टिकुलर क्लासरूम में गए, वो क्लासरूम में कितने लाइट्स है, कितने फैंस है, उसमें प्रोजेक्टर है या नहीं, अगर होगा तो कितने वैट का है, कंप्यूटर है तो कंप्यूटर कितने वैट का है, अगर नहीं है तो नहीं है, फैन कितना वैटेज का है, ट्यूब कितना वैटेज का है. ये सब वैट्स के हिसाब से हम न काउंट्स लिख के लेते. फॉर एग्जाम्पल हमारा क्लासरूम है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इलेक्ट्रिकल बिल्डिंग में 502 का क्लासरूम है. 502 के क्लासरूम में फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैंने बोला, मैं गया काउंट किया, 4 फैन है, फैन का फॉर एग्जाम्पल वैटेज है 60 वैट, 4 ट्यूब है, एक ट्यूब का वैटेज है 40 वैट. सो मैं ये लिख लूंगा 4 ट्यूब्स ईच 40 वैट. जस्ट एक नोटबुक में मैं रफली लिख लूंगा 60 वैट ईच, 4 फैंस. जब मैं वो क्लासरूम के बाहर आ जाऊंगा तो मैं कैलकुलेट करूंगा। और दूसरी बात, अगर उसमें प्रोजेक्टर है तो लिखूंगा प्रोजेक्टर का वैटेज कितना है वो हम प्रोजेक्टर का वैटेज लिख देंगे। इफ कंप्यूटर इज कनेक्टेड, कंप्यूटर का वैटेज कितना है वो लिख देंगे। फिर ये सब कैलकुलेशन करेंगे। कैलकुलेशन करने के बाद में मुझे एक रफ वैल्यू मिलता है कि वो क्लासरूम में मुझे इतना इतना पावर कंजम्पशन है। सो दिस इज जस्ट अ सिंपल ऑडिट, इट इज अ सिंपल ऑडिट। And this walkthrough audit, as I told you, simple audit, hence it is a very simplest, quickest and least expensive way of identification and evaluation of energy saving opportunities. It is a very simple, quick and cost effective, less expensive walkthrough audit। ये बहुत simple audit है, quick audit है। सिर्फ गए 5 मिनट में आपने नंबर ऑफ ट्यूब्स फैन लिखे, एक हॉल आपको 5 मिनट में हो गया, दूसरी लैब 5 मिनट, मीन्स आपके जितने भी फ्लोर से आप वो विद इन अ टाइम कंप्लीट कर सकते हैं। इतना क्विक है, लिस्ट एक्सपेंसिव कुछ नहीं। क्या है, पेन पेपर हाथ में होना चाहिए, सिर्फ जस्ट हो गया, खत्म। नो डिवाइस इज रिक्वायर्ड, नो इंस्ट्रूमेंट इज रिक्वायर्ड, हेंस इट इज अ लीस्ट एक्सपेंसिव। एंड फ्रॉम दिस we can calculate that how much energy consumption can be saved in the particular lab or particular classroom or particular utility. Okay, so generally the sources of this walkthrough audit or the resources of the data to perform the walkthrough audit is given by these two data. Operation and maintenance staffs collects the data, serving utility provides the information. एनर्जी ऑडिटर को खुद को जाके कहीं पे भी जानने की जरूरत नहीं है। आप समझो एनर्जी ऑडिटिंग करना है हमें, तो एनर्जी ऑडिटर को बुला के इलेक्ट्रिकल डिपार्टमेंट में करने की जरूरत नहीं है। आप लोग भी काउंट कर सकते हैं कितने फैंस है, कितने ट्यूब्स है, और उसके हिसाब से हर ईच क्लासरूम का आप टोटल पावर निकाल के रख सकते हैं। जब एनर्जी ऑडिटर आएगा आप उसको टोटल पावर बता देंगे, और जो सर्विंग यूटिलिटी है, जो सर्विस यूटिलिटी है, तो वो उनको इन्फॉर्मेशन दी कि हमारे इसमें इतना इतना प्रोजेक्टर है, इतना इतना घंटे चलता है, और हमारे इतने इतने बच्चे क्लासरूम में रहते हैं, सो इतने इतने टाइम हमारा फैन चालू रहता है, इतना लाइट चालू रहता है। ऑल दिस थिंग्स, that how much time is taken, or how much time the fan and tubes are running, how much time is taken by the projector to run, how much instruments are used at a time in a particular lab for a particular time. All this information is provided by the serving utility, and the operation and maintenance staff collects this data. Means what? How many fans and tubes are there, how many projectors are there, how many lab equipments are there in a lab, and then this data is written in a book, and this book is submitted to the energy auditor, and then energy auditor will perform a preliminary audit. It is not a main audit, it is a preliminary audit, it is a screening audit. सिंपल ऑडिट, जस्ट ए प्रिलिमिनरी फेज का ऑडिट है। अगर इस ऑडिट में उसको लगता है कि एनर्जी कंजर्वेशन यहाँ पे हो सकता है, देन ही गो थ्रू डिटेल ऑडिट। अगर उसमें उसको लगता है कि नहीं ये एनर्जी कंजम्पशन बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है, तो फिर वो डिटेल ऑडिट में चला जाता है। अगर वॉक थ्रू ऑडिट में उसको लगता है कि एनर्जी कंजम्पशन ओके है, वो एनर्जी ऑडिटिंग करने की जरूरत नहीं, कंजर्वेशन करने की जरूरत नहीं है, देन he submits that report in that format. Okay, so basic information of the system is collected in this walkthrough audit, and walkthrough audit procedure involves what involves. See here, this is the most important part in walkthrough audit. What are the following points are involving? So first is reviewing of the energy bill of the premises. Particular MIT कॉलेज का अपना इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल देखा जाएगा, कितना है ईयरली, monthly, daily. Then other operating data, as I told you, fans, light, tubes, labs, कितने instruments use होते हैं, and walk through of the premises to be familiar with the system whose audit is to be done so that inefficient areas can be identified. So particular utility के लिए क्या बताया जाता है कि वो particular utility में भी एनर्जी ऑडिटर एक बार राउंड मार के आता है, वॉक थ्रू करके आता है। so that he should be familiar with the instruments, devices, equipments what are used in that particular utility, so that if a detailed audit is required to identify the inefficient areas, then that detailed audit can be performed. So for that, it is the energy auditor performs a walkthrough through the premises of a particular utility, and hence it is called as walkthrough audit or simple audit or preliminary audit. So energy auditor pays a major attention to the habits and practices of encouraging the energy efficient use, because people have major influence on the energy usage. आपल्या घरी सुद्धा बघा, आपल्या घरी अपने घर में भी अगर लाइट बिल समझो पिछले महीने का 700-800 आता है और अगले महीने का 1000 रुपए आता है, तो क्या होता है, इतनी एनर्जी कहां से कंज्यूम होगी, इतने ज्यादा बिल कैसे आ गए. दैट मीन्स व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, we are giving major importance to the energy usage, and hence the energy auditor gives a major attention on the habits and practices to encourage the energy efficient use. Okay, and expenditure for this audit can be included in operation and maintenance cost. Whatever operation and maintenance cost of an industry is designed, this operation cost include the auditing charges. Whatever operation and maintenance cost for an industry is designed, in that the one factor is designed that energy auditing charges. So this energy auditing charges constitutes the expenditure to perform the audit, and in walkthrough audit only main issues are covered. Only main issues are covered. छोटे छोटे बातें इसमें हम डिस्कस नहीं करते. एज लाइक हम जब गाड़ी की सर्विसिंग करने जाते हैं, अगर गाड़ी की सर्विसिंग आपको डिटेल सर्विसिंग करनी, तो आप छोटे छोटे प्रॉब्लम्स बताएंगे कि मोटरसाइकिल में ये प्रॉब्लम है, मोटरसाइकिल ऐसा, ये हॉर्न नहीं बजता, इसकी किक जंप होती है, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा, छोटे छोटे प्रॉब्लम्स बताएंगे. दैट इज अ डिटेल सर्विसिंग. अगर वॉक थ्रू प्रिलिमिनरी सर्विसिंग आपको करनी है, so what you will do, you will just told the major problem of your motorcycle, that engine firing is not good and battery get discharges, fuel efficiency is this. This is main issues related with that motorcycle you are discussing in the preliminary servicing. In the same manner, in walkthrough audit only main issues are covered, and walkthrough audit gives us what why walkthrough audit is performed initially. Walkthrough audit gives us brief description of corrective measures, energy conservation measures, or I will discuss it as energy conservation techniques, then energy conservation opportunities, in which area energy conservation is possible, estimation of the implementation cost to implement that energy auditing technique, energy auditing measures, energy conservation technique, energy conservation measures, how much cost is required, estimate, quotation of that implementation is given. Then main areas of operation cost saving, in what main areas how much operating cost can be saved, and simple payback period. Simple payback period. So what is payback period we will discuss after discussing the top point of detail audit. Okay, just you keep in mind that walkthrough audit gives us following these 6 points. Okay, and hence this walkthrough audit is performed, but walkthrough audit is not only sufficient for final implementation of measures. Means if we want to apply the energy conservation measures for a particular industry, then only walkthrough audit is not a sufficient measure, but it provides us the need of detailed audit, which is more elaborative as compared to the walkthrough audit. So from walkthrough audit, although walkthrough audit is not an efficient measure for successful implementation of energy conservation techniques, but it tells us that how much essential is the, how much necessity, how much requirement is there to perform a detailed audit in a particular industry. एखाद्या particular industry मध्ये किती इन डिटेल एनर्जी ऑडिट करायचं, एनर्जी कॉन्झर्वेशन टेक्निक्स किती डिटेलमध्ये इम्प्लिमेंट करायचे आहेत याची प्रिलिमिनरी आइडिया वॉक थ्रू ऑडिट मधून येते. वॉक थ्रू ऑडिट से हमें वो पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री में कितना डिटेल ऑडिट करना पड़ेगा, कितने डिटेल में एनर्जी कंजर्वेशन टेक्निक्स बताने हैं, इसका प्रिलिमिनरी आइडिया वॉक थ्रू ऑडिट से आता है. ओके, सो दिस इज अ वॉक थ्रू ऑडिट, वेरी सिंपल, क्विकेस्ट एंड inexpensive way of identifying the energy conservation points. So now we'll discuss the next type of audit, that is detailed audit. Okay, detailed audit. So in summer rating a question was asked, explain stepwise detailed energy audit procedure. So we'll discuss what is detailed energy audit and what are the steps performed in the detailed energy audit. So this detailed energy audit is also called as general audit or insight energy audit. And this detailed audit is nothing but extension to the walkthrough audit. walkthrough audit करने के बाद में जो कहाँ पे हमें लगता है कि यहाँ पे एनर्जी कंजर्वेशन टेक्निक इंप्लीमेंट करने की जरूरत है, तो लॉसेस कितना है, क्या है, ये छोटी छोटी बातों का एक्सपेंशन हम डिटेल ऑडिट में करते हैं. We expand all this information in detail audit, and this method of audits collects information of system operation but in more detail forms as a compared to the simple audit. Simple audit में हम सिर्फ main points, we cover up the main information regarding that system operation. That means what is the rating of that particular system, how much time this system is running, how much load daily this system handles. All these points we were using, but in detail audit we are collecting the detailed information, that from how much time this machine is running, when these machines get break, what is the production of this per minute, what is the production per hour, what is the production per second, how much raw material is consumed by the particular system, how much waste is given by the particular system, how much electricity is consumed by a particular system. So all this detailed information is collected in the detail audit. And whatever energy conservation points which we have identified in walkthrough audit are evaluated in detail audit. Okay, and this energy audit involves these following steps. These are the following steps involved in the detail audit. First one is collection and processing of the data from insight measurements. So in detail we are collecting all the data from the particular utility, particular site. Then we are performing the full examination of the installed energy systems for a particular building or particular inner unit. Then in third step we perform a sound techno-economical evaluation of one or more energy saving approaches with medium to high investments on specific system after relevant study. That means after performing the relevant study, we give a report to the particular utility that this is your energy conservation technique, and this energy conservation technique will cost this much. So that will range according to the energy conservation techniques which is implemented on in the particular utility, whether medium investment is required or whether high investment is required or whether less investment is required for a particular industry. All this depends on the energy conservation techniques which is given by the energy auditor in energy audit report. So how this detailed energy audit is performed, how this detailed energy audit is conducted. So first of all, energy auditor collects the electricity bill of a particular utility for of an year or 2 years and analyze in order to find out. What to find out? Energy tariff structure for a particular system, energy usage profile, energy consumption. That means at different end side, that is for heating how much energy consumption is done, for cooling how much energy consumption is done for lighting, for different processes, how much energy consumption is performed. Okay, so to know this, what energy auditor does, energy auditor collect the electricity bill of a particular utility, either it may be 1 year or 2 year electricity bills. 1 वर्षाचे किंवा 2 वर्षाचे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल एनर्जी ऑडिटर कलेक्ट करतो आणि त्याच्यावरतून तो हा फॉलोइंग गोष्टी जसं की त्यांचं एनर्जी टॅरिफचं स्ट्रक्चर किती आहे, एनर्जी यूज किती होतोय, हिटिंग, कूलिंग, लाइटिंग, डिफरंट प्रोसिजरसाठी किती एनर्जी कंझ्युम होती, हे सगळं त्याची तो माहिती त्याच्यावरतून घेत असतो. अँड द डिफरंट फॅक्टर्स दॅट आर अफेक्टिंग द एंड युजर्स आर प्रेझेंटेड अँड अनालाइज्ड. फ्रॉम दिस the energy auditor presents what are the factors that affect the energy consumption in a particular heating, cooling, lighting or other process system, that is production or service capacity, climatic conditions and raw material data. So this factor affects the end use of a particular electricity consumption. And proper metering in the system may perform a major role in this type of audit. If proper metering is done, then the energy auditor gets the data for a particular system in a particular manner, and hence it reduces the cumbersome, tedious, complex work of energy auditor to collect each and every data, and this audit will get a detailed information with less cost, with feasible cost of that energy auditor. In addition to this, the data provided by the utility, specific energy consumption in the system, is metered, and the metering of that data at certain intervals give exact energy utilization profile of a system under study. This profile is analyzed for the points of energy waste. If metering of particular data with a certain intervals of time is performed, then of course this will have a major help in performing the energy auditing and implementing the energy conservation measures, energy conservation techniques for particular system. Okay, so according to data, the system can have energy consumption patterns for short term or long term, and all these details are understood by the detailed interview of a working staff on the particular system. In an industry on a machine, a particular worker is performing his work. So discussing with that worker that how much times this machine is working, that it is a short time duty or long time duty load, then how much time this machine takes to produce a particular product. All this information can be collected by an energy auditor through the detailed interview with a particular working staff, and hence this type of audit focuses all the suitable energy conservation measures for the particular system, and hence this detailed audit is most important. The another aspect in this detailed audit is nothing but the financial analysis. Financial analysis is done on the basis of investment criteria defined by the consumer, estimate of the implementation cost and operation cost saving. To implement particular energy conservation technique or finance, money is required. Hence, the energy auditor discusses with the particular owner of the utility, consumer of the, I will tell consumer to his consumer, because the particular utility is consumer for the energy auditor. So for with consumer he discusses that how much investment he can do for a particular energy conservation technique. Then according to that he designs the estimate for that implementation, and he also discusses what are the operating cost savings possible in a particular area. Okay, so while discussing the finance part, these 3 points are covered. The detailed energy audit is generally divided into 3 phases. This detailed energy audit is generally divided into 3 phases. First is pre-audit phase, that is collection of all the data from the utility, for collecting the electricity bills, interview with the particular worker. This is pre-audit phase. Second is the audit phase. In audit phase, he will analyze that how much energy consumption is particularly done by that system and what are the energy conservation techniques possible in that machines. All this is done in the audit phase. And in post-audit phase, the financial analysis is done. This financial analysis point is done in the post-audit phase. That is, it provides the estimation of the implementation according to the criteria defined by the consumer, and also discusses the operating cost savings, and it monitors that whether the particular utility, particular company is performing the given energy conservation measurements or not. This is done in the post-audit phase. This type of energy audit whether we have to perform it or not depends on the function and type of the industry, depth to which final audit is required, and the potential and magnitude of cost reduction desired. डिटेल ऑडिट अगर आपको परफॉर्म करना है तो इसके लिए ये पॉइंट्स है कि इंडस्ट्री का टाइप कौन सा और उसका फंक्शन क्या है, व्हाट इज द वर्किंग ऑफ दैट इंडस्ट्री. फिर वॉक थ्रू ऑडिट करने के बाद में अगर उसमें कहाँ पे एनर्जी कंजर्वेशन ऑडिट करने के बाद में एनर्जी कंजर्वेशन टेक्निक लगाने की जरूरत है क्या, इज इट रिक्वायर्ड दैट द पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री शुड परफॉर्म द एनर्जी कंजर्वेशन टेक्निक्स, should implement the energy conservation techniques, then detailed audit is performed. And secondly, the potential and magnitude of cost reduction is required. If a particular utility says to the energy auditor that I need less cost to produce this particular raw material, then at that time also detailed audit is performed. So in this manner we have discussed the two types of audit, that is walkthrough audit and detailed audit. In next lecture we will discuss what are the audit procedures. So this is a flow chart. So one by one we will discuss all the steps in the next lecture for the energy audit procedure. These are the types of energy audits which are performed in a particular utility or industry. I hope you must have understood this. You please see this video clearly, note down all these points in your notebook so that you will have your own notes. Till then we will stop here. Thank you.